Drifting down on the altar of our life. breath, ashes glow along the steps. One last spark in vaulted night sleeps inside this falling
Skyship over Ashen realms, engines sing in tongues of flame. Shadowed banners, tattered payload, cut the smoke, forget our name. Black glass rivers far below, cities drowned in frozen dust. Ghosts of kingdoms, silent thrones, crushed by rust and broken trust. Iron halos crown the hull, runes still burn along each seam. Crew of exiles, eyes like coals, chasing fragments of a dream. All that we buried calls from the embers. Ash on our faces, but I remember. Skyship over Ashen realms, tearing through the grieving sky. Sworn to rise where empires fell. We will burn, we will defy. Raise the mast of shattered oaths, let the storm rewrite our names. Skyship over Ashen realms, we are heirs to all their flames. Bone white forests, salted seas, wheel marks carved in shattered stone. Every map a battered lie, every star a fading wound. Still your hand finds mine in frost, warm and rough, it steadies me. If we fall as one, you say, and I choose to believe. All that we carried, steel scars and stories, leads through that camera, falls into glory. Skyship over Ashen realms, tearing through the grieving sky. Sworn to rise where empires fell. We will burn, we will defy. Raise the mast of shattered oaths, let the storm rewrite our names. Skyship over Ashen realms, we are heirs to all their Hear the dead winds call our crimes. Ancient verdicts etched in stone. Turn your keel and bow your head. Let the past reclaim its throne. But our hearts strike iron chords over curses, over graves. Every scar a mute night law. Every breath a world we step out onto the blazing brow. Ashes whirl like swarming crowds, yet in their frantic, fractured dance, golden futures start to glow.
over Ashen realms, now a comet crowned in gold. From the under branches, teeth of bark. Name your price.
Name your price.
Name your dark.
Red wax strips
On a circle of roots, silver blade in a cradle of soil, 7 ravens on a skeletal bough.
count each feather.
Swear you'll never turn back now.
Bare feet pressed to the frostbitten ground.
Hear the forest hum a vow.
Every heartbeat louder than the hounds.
Chained at the edge of the bower.
Do you come here as a lamb?
Or as the
Hunter
Will you speak your secret name?
above the
thunder. Moonlit pact of the Thornwood.
Light on the thistle, your hand in mine.
Say the words you swore you never would.
And cross that broken line.
If we're cursed, then we're cursed together.
Let the roots pull tight and the stars bear witness.
Moonlit pact of the Thornwood.
seal our fate with a venomous kiss. Ash gray mask on the stag in the fog.
Guys like embers waiting,
Weighing your soul.
Silver thread winds around your wrist.
tied to a shadow that wears your face like a cloak.
All your saints have turned back to stone. All your prayers taste of iron and smoke.
Only this dark treaty left to be signed.
On the pale underside of the oak.
Will you stand inside the ring?
When it is burning,
Trade your daylight for the truth.
your heart for life.
Moonlit pact of the Thornwood.
Blood on the thistle, your hand in mine.
Say the words you swore you never would.
And cross that broken line.
If we're cursed, then we're cursed together.
Let the roots pull tight and the stars bear witness.
Moonlit pact of the Thornwood.
Seal our fate
With a venomous kiss. In umbra in verba we bind.
under crown of thorns and vine.
Name forsaken, name resigned.
What is yours is now entwined.
I give my warm breath for cold, patient power. I give my soft name to the heart of the bower.
Take my bright years for
One night unending.
Take my last fear for a truth past mending. Moonlit pact of the Thornwood.
Blood on the thistle, your hand in mine.
Say the words you swore you never would.
And cross that broken line.
If we're cursed, then we're cursed together.
Let the roots Everywhere drowned in pale foreign sands, cracked compass in my throat, salt scars under these veils. I drift inside the undertow, glass ocean, silent sails. Can you hear the names I never spoke in the creak of this burning frame? Every wave is a broken hole in out my shame. Glass ocean, silent sails, frozen in a storm that never breaks. All motion locked in place, every wake erased, every trace. Glass ocean, silent sails, shattered constellations overhead. If I scream your name again, will the water answer me instead? Storms pass, but left their teeth, rust red under the keel. Ghost lights flicker in the deep on faces I fail to heal. Your shadow in the captain's chair, head closed over the rail. I reach, but only taking air. A story cut mid-tail. How do I confess to empty waves that I steered us where the darkness grew? Every star I follow led away, pulled me loose from you. Glass ocean, silent sails, frozen in a storm that never breaks. All motion locked in place, every wake erased, every trace. Glass ocean, silent sails, shattered constellations overhead. If I scream your name again, will the water answer me instead? I will not be forgiven by this calmness, cruel repose. It holds every unforgiven in the depths that no one knows. So take this hull of hollow vows, let it sink beyond my reach. Let the tide unwrite me now, letter by letter from the beach. Glass ocean, silent sails, frozen in a storm that never breaks. All motion locked in place, every wake erased, every trace. Glass ocean, silent sails, shattered constellations overhead. If I scream your name again, last breath, last light, I fade beneath the broken waves. Your name, my right, the only in this water safe. Glass ocean, silent carry what I could not bear to tell.
Ash in the air, red sky, morning glare stealing my lungs. I rise, I run. starting blaze. I am the night tearing into day. From the void I carve my way through the thunder of 1,000 blades. Phoenix crown, reborn in flame. I return through the roar, through the pain. From the bones of the past I ascend again, screaming fire through the dark in my veins. Phoenix crown, I claim my name. I was ashes, now I came. I burn unchained in the storm and the spark. I will rise the same. Phoenix crown, reborn in flame. One last breath, then I leap through the fire. I am
Flames on the fjord, snow in the sails, old ruins burning on the black shore gale. Hearthlight dying in the drift, steel cold breath on my wrist. I hear a reel in the rhyme, thin high tune cutting through time. Footprints vanish in the blue, names carved shallow in the yew. Lantern We are more than Ashen born. We are thunder, finding home. Real of the northern Wraiths, round around the graves they chase, bare white feet on the frozen stone. Call my spirit, call me home. Real of the northern Wraiths, circle wide till the world gives way. Spin that sorrow into flame, sing my blood back to its name. When the dawn cuts through the we will dance, we begin. Ash on the altar, names carved in bone, candles that shiver in catacombs below.
Black wax rivers drip down rusted steel. Every echo as what you conceal.
Shroud on your shoulders, dust along your tongue. You taste the years you try to outrun. Your shadow kneels before you do. Raider fate proves the truth. Beneath the cryptfire, say my name. Let it seal the dark. Blood warm in the cold fire, branded deep in the cracking heart. If we burn together. Stone and marrow, flame and wire. Bind my soul to yours forever on this oath beneath the cryptfire. Leaves make branches blue against the pale. Every heartbeat rattles through the veil.
Silver of a dagger shakes inside your hand. You fear the promise more than any brand.
Gravestones lean to overhear. Ancient dust holds its breath for fear. Oh, beneath the cryptfire, say my name. Let it sear the dark. Blood warm in the cold fire, branded Cryptfire, say my name. Let it sear the dark. Blood warm in the cold fire, branded deep in the cracking heart. If we burn together. Stone and marrow, flame and wire. Bind my soul to yours forever. On this oath beneath the Cryptfire. Ash on the altar, smoke in your hair. You walk out breathing, I stay buried there. White ink on the table, wax seal, still warm. Your name like a prayer, shaking in my hand. Snow falls on the window, candles hold the dark. Every breath I borrow carries you, my heart. Blueprints in the ash light, smoke stains in the dawn. I read your last 3 letters till the paper's worn. Iron on the hillside, thunder overhead. I press my thumb upon it, trust the mark is yours. Snow falls on the window, candles losing light. Every word I send you marches through the night. Ash on the armor, blood in the seams. We learn to sleep inside the screen. Blueprints in embers, names carved in smoke. You raise your hand, the silence broke.
Are we the ghosts?
Or are we the flame? You call me back by my forgotten name.
Raise the banner of the
frozen prayer, caught in my breath as it passes. You swore we would outrun time, carved our vows in the marble rail. Now petals lie black on stone, every promise a shattered veil. Your ring in my trembling hand, cold as the silence you left behind. I trace where your heartbeats left, like reading braille on a tomb of ice. Did heaven close its gaze to you, or did you simply turn away? I call across this hollow pew, but only echoes know your name. Love entombed in ice, I press my burning hands against it. See our ghosts inside, reaching through the fractured distance. If I could trade my breath to thaw the frost around your eyes, I'd gladly drown in meltwater grief for one last night, with our love entombed in ice. First snow on your empty chair, tea stains still on the porcelain. Your book with the corner bent, mid-sentence hanging forever. Then asleep in your winter coat, wrapped in the shape that you left in threads. Wake up to an empty sleep, kissing the place where your shoulder slides. Every clock in there stands still since the moment you closed your eyes. I wind them just to hear the tick, pretend it's you on the other side. Love entombed in ice, I press my burning hands against it. See our ghosts inside, reaching through the fractured distance. If I could trade my breath to thaw the frost around your eyes, I'd gladly drown in meltwater grief for one last night, with our love entombed in ice. If there is a kingdom past the clouds, shatter the glass of the sky, let me fall to you. If there is a river underground, let it break these walls, let it flood this tomb. Take my voice, take my light, take the summer from my eyes. Only send me one small sign that your shadow still stands beside mine. On your wings, stormy spur. If you call, I will come. Snowflakes gather on my open wrist. Tell me, love, do you feel that? Love still exists. the dust of the altar. Name every star that has burned out of sight. Pages turn pale under fingers that falter. You say my fate as if reading the night. Is this the moment the wheel finally shatters? When all the quiet omens rise and roar. Prophecy at the silver hour, when time leans into here. Every vow, every fracture,
to soar. Soft are the ashes, cold is the blade, gentle the thunder, learning my name. I bow to the breaking, kneel to the roar. Here in the quiet, I am the storm. I am the storm.
feel the ground slowly turning. Here in the hush, how the old fire replies. Every scar on your skin is a scripture. Every tear is a vow you survive. Do you feel all the chains growing lighter when you open your eyes? Daughter of the dawn, arise. Step out of the shadowed skies. All the broken years behind you burn like witches call my childhood by its name. Every vow a molten chain, every victory the same. I see cities in the distance, silver sparks along the plain. All the lives I couldn't carry sing like thunder in my veins. If I fall, let my echoes light your way. If I stand, will you follow when I say? Crown of constellations, burn it on my brow tonight. Let the galaxies ignite as I step into the fight. Crown of constellations, blazing over blood and bone. I was carved from shattered stone. I will claim a sky my own. I am not the chosen. I am every nameless name. All the quiet, all the exile, turning grief into a flame. Raise your eyes above the ramparts, see the patterns in the scars. Every wound a point of light. Draw the armor from the crown me in fire, crown me in flame. Call every star by its truest name. Crown me in fire, crown me in flame. Right our revolts in the astral frame. Crown of constellations, burn it on my brow tonight. Let the galaxies ignite as we scream into the night. Crown of constellations, blazing over blood and bone. We were carved from shattered stone. We will claim a sky our own. Constellations, set the bomb in laser. Weapons unleashed. When we ride. We were carved from shattered stone. We will claim a sky our own. Crown of constellations. Distant bells, fallen stone, dust in every breath. Ash on fingers, names erased from the wet walls. A door with no hinges hums in the dark. Somewhere under my skin, something answers. Candles drawn in streaks of wax, shadows kneel along the cracks. Every breath turns to prayer and smoke. I trace the scars and weathered gold stories carved and half controlled. your door.